In the Week 14 matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts, running back Lesean McCoy again showed why he's still one of the premier backs in the NFL. McCoy performs unlike any other back in the inclement weather. Weather that was so bad on this day that former Bills wide receiver and special teams ace Steve Tasker stated that he had never seen the franchise play a game in those conditions. While the weather was an equalizer from a team standpoint, McCoy's elite vision, footwork, change of direction, elusiveness, and overall athleticism stood out even more as he was able to do things that the average back couldn't do in this kind of environment. McCoy put the team on his back and rushed 32 times for 156 yards and 1 touchdown. Late in the overtime quarter, Buffalo was faced with a 3rd and 4 situation, and they went back to one of the most successful run concepts this season, a concept known as duo or double. The concept is often referred to as a gap run without a puller. On gap runs, you'll typically have down blocks on the front side and a puller leading from the backside. But duo, generally speaking, has the offensive lineman blocked down or opposite of the play direction, and usually involves 2 double teams like on this play where the defensive tackles are doubled, but that can change based on the defense's alignment. Once the blocks are secure, the running back is typically reading the Mike or inside linebacker. If the linebacker gets downhill, the back can bounce it to another hole. Think of this play as a combination of gap and zone schemes, a play that gives a running back the opportunity to be creative. This play is typically ran out of 12 personnel to get extra blockers involved to seal the edge if the back decides to bounce. The Bills have added wrinkles such as misdirection to help their offensive linemen get angles on their down blocks. McCoy takes a counter step here to get the defense flowing one way and allowing him to bounce it wide for a first down. Run blocking assignments change play to play based on the defensive front. These calls are communicated at the line of scrimmage. For example, versus the Raiders' odd front, the nose tackle's heads up over Eric Wood, so he will not be the offensive lineman to climb to the weak side linebacker, which is the typical track on duo and gap runs. Versus this front, left guard Richie Incognito is responsible for helping Eric Wood gain leverage at the nose tackle by widening the hole, then climbing to the will linebacker. He blows up the backer and Shady hits it for a good gain. In Week 14, Buffalo utilized duo versus the Colts several times. The interior offensive lineman worked the double team, the inside linebacker gets downhill, so Shady bounces it outside for a 9-yard gain. With 1:38 left in overtime, and the Bills faced with a 3rd and 3 situation, Dennison dialed up duo, and it was blocked beautifully. They send out 12 personnel, but offensive lineman Ryan Groy takes the place of the tight end. Center Eric Wood has a shaded defensive tackle over him, so he and right guard Vladimir Dukas secure the tackle, and Vlad works to the backside linebacker. According to Richie Incognito, the front side was set up perfectly, as the defensive tackle was in a wide 3 technique. This allowed Richie to bang or widen the hole, and allowed Dawkins to overtake the tackle and put Richie on a nice track to the inside linebacker. On the snap, you see Richie step with his outside foot and go hip to hip to bang the tackle over the Dawkins, and then climb to the second level. Shady presses the line of scrimmage with patience, and then hits it en route to a walk-off touchdown, and the icing on the cake for what was a tremendous day on the ground. Let's go back to the stadium for the call.
3rd and 4 here, with Webb under center. Here's McCoy, breaking a tackle, McCoy into the end zone, and Buffalo wins it. Incredible. Shady McCoy stopping the show with a 21-yard sprint.
Boy, Richie Incognito on this play. The left guard, a thing of beauty. When you see number 64 on the right side, the combination block, and then get up on that linebacker, Antonio Morrison, one-on-one, Shady McCoy against Matthias Farley. Not going to happen. You get a bad angle by TJ Green. And Lesean McCoy ices this game and puts it away for the Buffalo Bills. Unbelievable run. And that's the way you close it out.